Hi everyone, my name is Nyla. I'm a public health educator, and I want to thank you for coming along with me on this journey with, my pregnancy journey with my baby that has been diagnosed with Edwards syndrome, also known as trisomy 18. So I had my 24-week OB appointment, and as expected, baby girl is definitely a squirmer. I can tell because she's moving around. She's always moving around inside my room, so I was not surprised at all. She was moving around a lot while my OB was trying to find her heartbeat. And I figured she was on my bladder because I have to use the bathroom at least every 2 hours, which is so annoying, but what can I do? I have to go. Baby girl has turned herself around and is laying sideways, just chilling on my bladder. So I was not surprised that she is not currently head down. Hopefully she gets herself head down when it's time to be. My OB checked my ankles and she's like, oh, your ankles are not swelling. I can still see your ankles. And the very next day, my feet started to hurt. Just lovely. Now I have to take the glucose test before my 28-week appointment to see if I have gestational diabetes, and that's not something I'm looking forward to because I was told that if I get gestational diabetes or preeclampsia that I have to deliver her right then. I have to deliver her right away, and I don't want to deliver her. I don't want to deliver her earlier than her due dates, which is the beginning of October. I just want her to continue baking as long as possible and just keep developing, because unfortunately Edwards syndrome already comes with a ton of problems. So I don't want her to come early and also have to deal with all the other problems that Edwards syndrome comes with. And right after we had our OB appointment, we had a meeting with the bereavement coordinator. One of the nurses from my care team referred us to her. Yeah, our mood completely changed from it being yay, baby girl has a heartbeat and she's moving around, to yeah, we know what's going to happen when she finally arrives. During this whole journey with baby girl, I'm learning a lot about all the different specialties that nurses go into. I wish I knew this when I was in college. I totally would have changed my major. But anyway, back to the bereavement coordinator. She was really nice. She shared with us resources that we can use and schedule for the day of delivery, such as photography. They're like volunteer photographers to do this type of stuff, getting footprints, and unfortunately the funeral arrangements. That's a topic that my husband and I don't like to talk about, because when we bring up the subject, we immediately change the subject right away. And she was sharing with us resources that other families have used, specifically other Muslim families. And my husband's asking all of these like logical, pragmatic questions. And in my mind, I was not thinking any of that. Sometimes I feel like a horrible person for things that are going on into my head, because I'm carrying a sick baby. And if she survives past birth, which is highly unlikely, but if she does, Edwards syndrome comes with severe mental retardation. And that is not something that I can wrap my head around, especially since baby girl has two educated parents. Like, my husband has a PhD and I have a master's, and a chromosome abnormality was never on our radar. Having a baby with special needs was not something I wanted. And I feel like I'm a bad person because I know there are a bunch of kids out there who have special needs, but I just feel like a bad person because I don't want a baby with special needs. But I do have to comment on what is going on in our country right now. The Supreme Court is making it seem like abortion is not a complicated decision that women make. And I live in a state that is on a list where abortion is banned. And I was offered the option to terminate this pregnancy at 11 weeks when we found out our baby girl's diagnosis. And if that happened now, I probably would not have been offered that option. And the only reason that I did not go through with it is because I just thought that that was just too hard of a decision to make. And 2 years ago, I had a miscarriage, which means that I went in for a routine ultrasound and there was no heartbeat. So I had an induced miscarriage, which also means I had to take abortion pills to empty out my uterus. Or I could have had a DNC, which vacuums everything out. And Supreme Court is not looking at miscarriages as abortion. I also must say that it takes two to tango. You know, the man is the one that impregnated the woman, but there are no laws talking about a man's reproductive health system. So I just felt like I just had to get that off the chest, because every time all the comments are reading about abortion, you know, no one's mentioning miscarriage, because miscarriage is an abortion. Anyway, this whole pregnancy is definitely a learning experience. It's a story that I wish I did not have, but it's my story, and I'm willing to share if you're willing to listen. So I want to thank you if you come to the end of this video. I know I'm over here crying again. You know, totally messing up my makeup. But anyway, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on this journey. You know, as we all learn more about what Edwards syndrome is, what trisomy 18 is, what's going to happen with baby girl, you know, thank you. Thank you. All right, bye.